Hi everyone, it's Karen. I have been absent this past week. This cold has been going through my house and I just have felt crappy. So I did not make your day crappy because mine was. So I'm not going to, I'm going to show you the cards I made from the Paper Pumpkin, the Frightful, whatever. I'm just going to show you what I made, and I do have a card we can make together at the end. So I will put you down. Well, actually, I'll show you my cards. All right. So this was the first one. I used the 3 boos. I used the 3 pumpkins. And this green stuff, I have had it forever, and I think it's called Magic Mesh. And I meant to look it up, but I didn't. But I just love it and found it and just dying to use it now. So, of course, I used it again. So I used our free friends, our free things, and a little bit of more of that magic. But you can put, you know, clear paper or stamp some mesh, whatever you feel like doing. This one I did not use it, but I did use the tissue paper and little ghost. And the first one says, the name is I Am Mean. And the other one says, rest in peace, me too. So I put the tissue paper, some green, and just stamped some little grass or flicked it with a marker, whatever you have. And then I have this one, which I found the stamp that I had, more magic mesh, and the 3 eeks. And then I was just like, I felt like all I was doing was, aside from this one, it was like stripped down the side, the 3 guys, stripped on the side, the 3 guys. It was just, I was over it. So I made this one, which I don't know if you can see it, but you can see really good in person. And I basically did the moon. I stamped some of the little bats that are in it. I bought the little container of little spiders. They are so freaking cute. Put this and just tied. I also used, I found this twine in my stash that is spider webs. So I just went down the whole thing with spider webs. In hindsight, I should have just done half here and saved a little bit, but saving is always good nonetheless. So my last one is a Christmas one. I kept looking at my little ghosts and I'm like, oh, what else do they look like? What else can you do? And it just hit me that they looked like elves. So this is exactly a ghost upside down. And then I just colored the little, which would have been the bottom part of the ghost. I just Copic markers through for their hats. I used Flower Soft. It's hiding right now. Oh, here it is. Just some Flower Soft and a little bit of glue, and I'll show you how that works. The pom-poms I just had on hand, but I know I got them like at Michael's. It's like, I thought they had a smaller size, but this was the smallest I have. And that's about it. So I will, let's work on this one. And I know I'll get a phone call in between, but we'll ignore it. Okay. Oh. I think I'm still crooked, but okay. So let's put this guy here for a little bit of reference. All right, so first we need real red paper, and it's 8.5 by 11, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have 2 strips for the top and the bottom, which were these, but instead now I'm using little candy canes. And I have, do you guys have that, hold on, I need the Diet Coke. The Xyron, the little X. I put all these skinny things through it and it saves a ton. Okay, so put that across the bottom. Glasses would really help right now. And on the others, so these are scored at 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, next thing is, what did I do next? I have 1.5 squares, and this is Old Olive. And those 3 are going to go right in the middle. And I will do those with my Fast Fuse, which was on the clearance rack. If you have one, go right to Stampin' Up! And my page is scrapbyscrap.stampinup.net. And the catalog is all up there. And, sorry, I can't put stuff on straight and talk. You can order through me if you do not have a demonstrator. Send me a message, a text. I would love to be yours. And yeah, so all my info is there. Leave a message on this. I'll come find you. And last square. I also would like to update that my dog is no longer a serial killer. He has, I think, gotten it out of his system. We are not finding dead animals, and I'm hoping it's because I taught him that, because he learns nothing. The dog is not the brightest dog I've ever had. So then you take your little ghost and flip him upside down to get your little guy. So first thing that we have to do is color in the eyes, which I hope you can see this. So when you I cut these out. I didn't have enough ghosts left to do 2 cards, so I just traced this from the ghost, and yeah, that worked great. Before you make the little top of the eyes, make sure that it's not upside down, or you'll have to explain why little elf has wrinkles, because I don't think that's fair. None of us would like to show our wrinkles. And I got to add that my husband, whenever we're taking a picture, and it's him and me, he thoughtfully, let me just show you, thoughtfully holds me here to hide the double chin. And that is a good man, I'm telling you. Anybody that's going to hide my fat, I am with him for life. I hope I would be also for the reason that I married him and love him, but just for an additional part of love, it is that he does that for me. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm not going to show how I made the cards for Halloween. Oh, shoot. Because I got my next month's box that came the other day, and I just don't like being ill-prepared. So I kind of look like eyebrows. They're good. Yeah, so I feel like I'm forgetting something, just stuck behind. All right, so then I made both of all of their hats green, because I felt like Santa should really be the only one that wears a red hat. I'm sure the elves would not go for that, but it's the truth. I've been there on Santa's North Pole quite a few times, told my children this is how it is. Nobody wears Santa's red. So anyway, we're just coloring across. I wish I could find a camera that is easy to use, like not a cell phone where you can zoom in and zoom out, but I'm sure it's a costly thing. So I haven't really looked into getting one, but I really wish I could. Secretly, my birthday's coming up next month, so I will be putting, when my husband is sleeping at night, I am going to be throwing that in his ear. Honey, buy me a new camera. I also would like, I don't know if any of you live in Massachusetts, but I would like a sidekick. I just think I would have so much fun all day long with a sidekick. But I don't have one of those. I'm really neglected. If you guys could see my craft room, you would obviously say, oh yeah, you are neglected. Oh, forgot the mouths. Poor mouths. Because I am far from neglected, and I definitely have enough craft supplies to last me a lifetime. So, yeah. So, anyway, okay, so I have done my 3 green hats. I am now going, oh, let's color first. All right, so I used the EEOO, and I also do not have any of the blends, because I just, that's something I can't justify. I had the Copics before I got into Stampin' Up, and then when I did join, they weren't available, or they were out and they were going to fix them. But in the meantime, I had already started a collection, and my husband is very, he doesn't care how much I spend. He doesn't ask how much I spend, but it's very, he is the one that works. I do not work. So for him is the reason that I restrain on certain big ticket things. And that is one of them. Oh, I purposely cleaned this out so it would be all ready to go. Now I can't find my pokey stick. You filled with glue? Okay, well, let's work on something else. The pom-pom. Oh, I also use the mini action wobbles. I don't know if you... Oh, you're stuck. Hold on. It's so that you can, like, if you give this to a little child, they can shake it, and the little elves go like they've had way too much hot cocoa. So, what to do now that that is not an option? Where is my... Oh, hold on, ladies. I have found a poker. Because my room is such a disaster that I want to craft today. I have to go do it in my kitchen on account of the fact that my upline is coming over and I can't fit her at my table. It's like a... I guess I put the wrong kind of pin in here because my glue is rusty colored. So, oops. So anyway, you glob this just at the end, and you don't want to glob it. It was an accident that I globbed it. I'm trying to make it, like, you know when you're little and you're trying to do something to impress your parents and you totally end up like hurting yourself, and you're like, oh, I meant to do that. That's the game I was just trying to play with you guys right now. And I know that we are wiser, and I'm going to say older, but meaning past the age of 4, when you can get away with saying, oh, I meant to do that. Because clearly, who would mean to fall on their butt when they're trying to show their mother they can ride a bike? No one means to do this, and for some reason, every kid picks up on that. And just one of those things where, do you guys really believe that? Are you just trying to, like, make us have pity on you, or that we should be proud of you? Because I'm at a loss. I really do not know what they're thinking. However, I just dumped Flower Soft all over me. Oh, wait, but I meant to do that. All right, cleaning it up. Okay, so let's let them dry. And what else can we do while we're waiting? Oh, sequins. Now, I have sequins from a million different places. And I think the ones I will be using today, which are going... I want you to know I made a list of what I needed so that, you know, you could actually understand what it was that I was doing, and I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, and when you do that, and maybe that's my blog or all that stuff. I just fail miserably. I wonder why I am my only customer, and that is why. All right, so while we're waiting for whatever it is I'm looking for now, I'm going to attach the pom-pom. And I also, don't know if I had already said that, but I am using the small action wobbles. I don't know if any of you knew what that is, but they are, they came in a new size. Last time I used them, it was only for regular size things, and now they have a mini size, which is the only way these guys were going to work, was on a mini size. So this is what they look like. So this is the regular one. This is the mini. And that's what we're using today, is the mini. Sorry, a little Diet Coke. Okay, I just spilled that on my shirt, but I meant to do it. Okay, so there is a little paper on here that you peel off. There's a top and a bottom to it. And then when you flip it over, there's a thinner part which goes on your little guy. So you just take your little elf and you place the little action wobble on him, and you stick him on your little square. And they're really easy to use, and they are, like, the kids love them. I mean, I don't know how long they stare at it, but I've seen it go on for a few seconds. Before then they tried to figure out what actually came in the card and if it was any good. And I used to make stuff all the time for the kids in my neighborhood, but they are, you know, older now. And of course I still give them stuff, but I was at the grocery store this couple of weeks ago, and they had this huge container of those fidget spinners that all the schools hate, and parents just don't understand why their kid can't use it during class and all that stuff. So I was buying cake and ice cream, and the lady said, "Oh, are you having a party?" And I said yes, because I couldn't explain why I was buying 6 all the same Ben & Jerry's, which is the vanilla caramel fudge. And I gotta tell you, it is amazing how good this is. And they never have it. So when they have it, I purchase it. And I purchase a bunch of it. So I didn't want her to think I was eating it all that day. So I said, "Oh, yes, I'm having a party." And I was, technically, but it wasn't for kids. So I didn't mention that part. So anyway, she says, "Oh, go grab some of those action wobbles because they're free." And I said, "Really?" And my mind is thinking, "Oh, Halloween is coming. I don't have to buy candy. I'll give these out. I won't eat the candy before the end of the day, and then I'll have to go buy more because I've eaten the candy already." Anyway, I was going to put little rosy cheeks on them. So at the end of the day, I'm like, look, I'm not going to spend money on candy. I am not, this is good. Well, needless to say, because I knew I had to have some candy just because, you know, if a teenager comes, and yeah, they probably should not be trick-or-treating at that age, but I just want to be nice. I don't mind. So anyway, I probably, and a couple of my kids, because they're older, have eaten, the bags of candy that I bought. So now I'm trying not to go out till the day before. Okay, so I have my season's greetings. That was from the Stylish Christmas. Oh, is that a glare? I don't know if you can see it. But it's really cool because the flower itself has, you know, short, like the stamp isn't cut all the way through. It's shiny on certain edges, and then it's etched on others. And it really is adorable. It makes it look like it's mesh or lace it's going through. So it's kind of cool. All right, so this is the one we just made. This I made earlier. And let's go through, once again, the cards. I will put the dimensions and the stamp sets and all that stuff on my the bottom of the video. So if you like it and you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great. If you don't like it and you don't like me talking. I think there are other people that make stuff too. All right, so this was the pumpkin, and this was the cemetery. Oh, and this I had a punches from a long time ago, and there are cats and little witches and whatnot. Whoops. And my bats with the eeks, that's there. Then there is the three guys poking in. And what I did for that is I made a template that I'm just going to keep because that'll work for a bunch of Paper Pumpkin boxes. And I hope you guys saw the Paper Pumpkin because it looks really cool. But I said I have to make this before I start another one so I can shovel my desk off and start fresh. So again, this was my favorite actually. I think because I was the most creative with it. Creative, not created. So these are in the catalog still, and they are adorable. So head on over there. And thank you for stopping by. And we'll see you probably in a couple of days now that everyone is getting clear Petri dishes on their tests. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll have all the information on the bottom. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.